18 games. That's how many it took for Ding Liren to break through at the 2023 World Chess Championships and snatch the title away from Jan Nepomniachtchi. The feat itself is impressive on its own. Many things had to go right for it to all follow through. Due to the circumstances surrounding this victory, many were calling Ding simply lucky and one of the weakest World Chess Champions we've ever had. But is this really the case? Well, since his championship victory, Ding hasn't been as strong in his other tournaments. Will he be able to defend his World Championship title? This championship has seemed like more of a curse than anything for Ding Liren, and the signs were already showing during his championship run. After game 1, Ding had secured a draw but was clearly struggling, and he would reveal the mental issues he was having.
I'm not happy, no unhappy, I feel a little bit depressed. I just cannot, I didn't think about chess so much, and my mind was very strange. There are many memories, feelings, also strange things happen. I feel a little bit maybe I was something wrong with my mind. Maybe it can concluded by the pressure of the tournament.
This would persist over the World Championship, with his mental health playing a huge role in his struggles throughout the match. It was tumultuous, with Ding suffering the hardest of losses, but also the greatest of successes. This emotional event left Ding in a rough spot. Just days after his triumphant victory over Jan Nepomniachtchi, Ding played in the Superbet Classic in Romania. Understandably so, Ding Liren was likely exhausted from the mental and physical pressure put upon him during the grueling 21 days prior. He finished third to last with 4 out of 9 points in a tight field. It is after this performance that Ding Liren would practically vanish off the face of the earth. Ding then withdrew from competing at the Superbet Rapid and Blitz 2023, which was scheduled just 3 days after the previous event in May. Following his championship victory, Ding spent a lot of his days interacting with the media. This gave the public an even deeper view into the workings of Ding's mind. Ding, prior to the World Championship match, was actually considering retiring from playing chess altogether. He said, "I couldn't find more fun, and I wanted to find new happiness somewhere else." Ding felt that if he lost the World Championship, he would just go to Europe, visit some countries, and relax while playing chess. But now, he can't do that anymore. He feels as though he needs to face the expectations of others and be present as a public figure, giving interviews and answering to the media, rather than just being a chess player. He would go on to say, "The crown is too heavy." Following this interview, Ding would cancel appearances at the Global Chess League in June, then the Speed Chess Championship next, and finished it off by canceling at the Asian Games. This absence and canceling of many appearances left many in the community fearing for Ding. What was going on? Well, in an email to chess.com in November, Ding would finally reveal that an undisclosed illness was keeping him away from competitive chess. The response from the community was overwhelmingly positive, with kind words. Everyone was glad to see that the world champion, who had practically not been seen for months, addressed the public. At the end of this correspondence, Ding confirmed that he was finished for competitive chess in 2023, but he planned to make his return in 2024 at Tata Steel. Looking to turn over a new leaf, Ding was set to make a strong impression at the 2024 Tata Steel Masters after not playing competitively for a while. Would he be the same as he was before? Well, with the world watching, Ding took to the board for the first time in 9 months. Through the first half of the tournament, Ding Liren found himself in quite an average position, with 5 draws, 1 win, and 1 loss. He was quite up and down, and in the second half, this would continue, ultimately ending the tournament in 9th place out of 14 competitors. He scored a performance rating of 2678, which outright was not that bad, but not up to par for his level and the title of world champion. Regardless, for his first tournament in 9 months, Ding's performance was respectable. He was just getting back in the rhythm of competitive chess. Next up on his return was the Freestyle GOAT Chess Challenge. Ding Liren was among an elite field of opponents handpicked by Magnus Carlsen in a Chess 960 variant format. Of course, Ding, who was not traditionally a Chess 960 player, had to adapt to the type of game. The preliminary rapid games of the tournaments proved to be a great challenge for Ding, with 6 losses, 1 draw, in just 7 games. It was at this point that some began to become worried for him. And in the next round, Ding would draw 2 games and lose 4 to finish last in the tournament. Ding's form was somewhat worrying at this point for a reigning world champion. While this result was not ideal for Ding, it was an unfamiliar format for him, and many were hoping to see him make a rebound in the next tournament. Ding would go on to participate at the Grenke Chess Classic a month and a half later. This tournament gave us an improved Ding as he would finish 4th out of 6 with a score of 7 out of 16. This allowed Ding to gain some confidence after seeming a bit anxious in the last 2 events. It was a solid performance from Ding, and he looked to move forward with it. Going into Norway Chess 2024, all was regular. Ding opened the tournament with an Armageddon loss to Magnus Carlsen after drawing with him, and followed up by an Armageddon win versus Pragnananda after drawing with him too. Ding's tournament was off to a solid start, but as it seemed to happen before, Ding collapsed. Ding proceeded to lose 4 straight classical chess games without Armageddon. In these 4 games, the alarms began ringing for Ding. Hikaru spoke out about his play.
I've played Ding many times with colleagues over the years, but he definitely doesn't seem like the same person, and I'm not sure it was visible on the video, but I was actually starting to struggle and keep my composure, because at some moment he started like bouncing up and down. He's like shaking, literally shaking, and it's very hard in a way, because when your opponent seems as though something's wrong, it's very hard to not like feel bad or something like that for them. So it's kind of awkward actually, because he just doesn't seem right. But you still have to try and play the game. So I think I'm doing well here.
And just days later, against Magnus Carlsen, Ding Liren shocked the world when he had 30 minutes remaining on his clock and blundered a mate in 2. This kind of tactic is something that should be obvious for any player at this level, let alone a world chess champion. Something was clearly wrong with Ding Liren. After the match, Magnus would say something similar to Hikaru.
Yeah, this is kind of similar to when he played in Germany in February, that he just seems to be off, and you can see it both from sort of his demeanor, but also from the way that he often makes like critical decisions quickly, like he doesn't think when he needs to think, and just generally plays without any sort of confidence. So yeah, I wish him well. I hope sort of he gets better, but yeah, for now it's just...
While it was a bit harder to tell earlier on in the year, top-level grandmasters were beginning to notice things physically wrong with Ding and feeling bad for him. This shows that whatever illness Ding was previously struggling with before clearly hadn't gone away. And if he wanted to compete and defend his world championship, he'd need help. In an interview with First Post, Ding revealed that he may need to take another long break to recover from his bad results. No matter the mode, I think all chess fans want to see Ding make a comeback, and it's truly heartbreaking to watch. His soft-spoken, humble, and transparent way of acting makes him a fan favorite. Despite this tough stretch though, Ding would end his tournament on a high note, getting points in all of the last 4 games. These performances have left a heavy narrative in the chess community about Ding's possible performance in the World Championship. Many believe Ding will never be able to return to world-class level. Just look at this poll I ran. Of 7,000 votes, 69%, nice, believe that Gukesh will beat Ding Liren. And many believe that Ding won't even come close to defending his World Chess Championship title. It went as far as many people calling the winner of the candidates to be the world champion before it even happened. But I think this narrative is just blown out of proportion. In their last classical chess meeting in Tata style, Ding brilliantly dismantled Gukesh with the black pieces, despite having a mediocre tournament while Gukesh finished second. And if the last World Championship taught us anything, it's that competitors' nature is very relevant to deciding the world champion. As throughout the last World Championship, both Ding and Yan had games where they frankly self-imploded. How will the young Gukesh handle the pressure? We can't really predict that because we've never seen him on such a stage yet. Will Ding's experience play a factor? Point is that it's hard to tell what will happen when these two face off for 14 games or even more consecutively. Playing 1 versus 1 with months of preparation is much more different than 1 versus 6 to 14 in a tournament with less preparation. If he can improve his mental health, Ding can be very dangerous. As seen by previous world championships, these competitions are much more than who can just play the better chess. They're also heavily psychological, and the 2024 edition is lining up to just be more of the same. But of course, can Ding better his mental health? Well, Magnus Carlsen fears that Ding is permanently broken from his previous tumultuous world championship.
Permanently broken from the last world championship that he played, and I'm not sure, but I think there is a possibility that he could be. I really hope that he will come back, not only in the world championship, but also in other tournaments, like he's playing Norway chess before that. I hope that we will see him at a much higher level, but I'm not quite sure. What has happened to him after the world championship match should make people, general chess fans, as well as other professionals, realize how tough these events actually are. Because we're now a year removed from his world championship, and there aren't a lot of signs that he's recovered from that.
So the question is, will Ding Liren manage to return to his previous form by the world championship at the end of the year? Well, we've only got a few more tournaments to see progression from him, but only one thing is certain. Only time will tell the truth.